On December 30th of 2011, my daughter and her best friend, who was raised in Naples and was visiting from London, were on their way for a birthday celebration of a friend in Orlando. Jen's husband and her baby daughter, who was 2 months old, were following them in their other vehicle. And as they were driving on a road in Hardy County, a semi-truck crossed over into their lane and hit Jen and Kathleen's car. Jen and Kathleen were killed instantly in the accident. Dan, her husband, was following behind, and in order to avoid the accident, he veered to the right and flipped over in his car, and their daughter Ashley was in the back seat. The individual that was driving the truck ended up driving through an orange grove until the truck came to a stop. He also was injured, and he was taken from the vehicle and airlifted to a hospital in Tampa. We didn't know for a while what exactly the problem was with him, and there were a lot of rumors going around as to his condition or what he was doing at the time of the accident. Unfortunately, it turned out that it was not a medical episode, but he was under the influence. From the blood test, they found 3 drugs that were in his system, and the one that impaired him was meth. Well, the time period for the family was hell. It was not until the following October, and it was right around the time of Ashley's first birthday that we were told that he had been arrested. And there's a certain protocol, I guess, that they follow in these cases to make sure that everything is done correctly. And after the results of the blood test came back, they were sent to the expert, who is Dr. Goldberger, and he's up at the University of Florida. And I believe he's the only one that really does this work in the state, so his caseload must be very heavy, and it takes quite a while to get the blood results back from the expert. And there's also been a lot of cutbacks to the highway patrol investigators. They're fewer in numbers, so their caseload is very heavy, and it takes them longer to process all the information they have to process and put it in report form. So it was very frustrating to not get any kind of results, to always kind of be put on hold to find out what was going on. And as a family, of course, you're going through a lot of adjustments, and you certainly want to be kept in the loop of what's going on. I found that I needed to be a bit proactive and make phone calls in order to keep up with what was happening in the investigation. The criminal case is still going on after all this time. It's been over 4 years now. The trial, if it takes place, will take place in Hardy County, which is 2 hours from Naples, and we do travel up for all the pretrial hearings. Things move very slowly in their court system up there. And we had a trial date at one point, and the defendant fled the area and had to be apprehended several months later. We had a second trial date, and then the defense attorney said that he wanted to hire a blood expert for the defense. And that was 1.5 years ago, and there has been no progress since that time. We still don't have a trial date. We have nothing from this expert witness. And if and when we do get something from them, then there'll be more depositions to take, more experts to talk to. So we really don't see an end in sight as yet after all this time. My biggest concern after the accident, before the arrest, is the defendant was free all those months and maintained his driver's license. He was driving a semi, so he had a professional CDL at the time. But I came to learn that in these cases, that once the person is arrested and arraigned, they can bond out and be free and still drive. And I think it puts all the rest of us in Florida in jeopardy. And I was very concerned that this individual might cause another family to go through what we were going through. And it was a constant source of worry to me. When he was finally apprehended after fleeing, he has been incarcerated in the county jail, and that's the only reason because he fled. If he had not done that, he would still be free and still driving. Ashley is now 4.5, and she looks more like her mom every day, has some of her mannerisms and little habits that we witness, which is amazing since she really didn't get to know her mom, how these things come out through genetics. She's been a joy to all of us and has helped us tremendously to get through this. And I think our family has drawn even closer than we were before. We're just as close to Dan as we ever were, and our focus is to live our lives the best way possible to be an example to Ashley. And it is very important to all of us that we're able to someday tell her that we went through the system and the system did give justice to her mom and Aunt Kathleen.